Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's resume our complete beginner's guide to Darkest Dungeon 2, shall we? We're in the River Song Inn, and if you look at our people, they're almost all at full health. Paracelsus is the only one with any stress, and now it's time for us to do the activities of the inn, which is use inn items, go to the provisioner, stock up if we need to, spend mastery points, change the wagon if we want to, and pick our route. Now, what I have done off camera, because my microphone was acting up, was I used 2 decks of playing cards to help boost the relationships of my characters. Playing cards are one of my favorite inn items because they have a 75% chance to give a positive relationship between everybody, like each person gets a relationship boost, and only a 25% chance to get a negative. And from that, I'm going to right click and I'm going to go to relationships. Everybody in the party went up by 2 because I used 2 sets of playing cards, except I had 1 negative proc between Dismas and Audrey. And even them, they're only right in the middle. What you want to do is get these relationships boosted up so that you have a tremendous benefit for the next leg of the journey. So now that we've done the playing cards and everybody is up, you could see Barristan's almost great with Dismas. Paracelsus is almost there. Right here, if you have a relationship boost, they'll be friendly. You see, it's neutral if you're in the middle right here. And then if you enter this bar, it becomes friendly, and then you get an even more positive buff if you're over here. So, Audrey and Paracelsus are already friendly with each other, and let's try to continue boosting these relationships. This is what I love to do at the inn. Now we have 2 whiskey flasks. Whiskey flasks you can use between 2 people, and unless they have a quirk, it's a 100% positive gain. So you could choose to either say, all right, I want to boost up people who might go into the negative, or I want to push people into the positive. Right now, I'm going to push Barristan and Dismas up into friendly. So I'm going to use the whiskey on Barristan and Dismas, and then they both get +1. And we can look at this, and you could see they're friendly now. And I can actually, between Paracelsus and Barristan, get them to be friendly if I use whiskey here and here. And ooh, they actually got +2 from that. So in that sense, I thought it was guaranteed +1. Maybe you have a chance to either spike a +2 or somebody has a quirk that modified that. But either way, these are doing very well. Now, we do have the calming incense to reduce Paracelsus' stress. Nobody else has any stress, which is good. We have these tin delicacies, which is 30% max health, gives a bunch of resist. So I think we should put this on... I'm actually going to put it on Dismas. And I could eat this to try to heal, but it does potentially add disease or a quirk with a 5% chance, so it's not, the best. I'm going to use this here and just get rid of all stress, so nobody has any stress. And then let's go to the provisioner.
Fare, but fairly priced.
Hilarious. Fairly priced indeed. So I have 30 relics and 48 baubles. What do I want to buy? Let's look at the inn items. Ceremonial drums and slime mold, no thanks. But he is selling some inn items, which the medical equipment gives 20% traveling heal, which is good, but let's go to the Wainwright and see what we have.
Stop is leagues away. Plan accordingly.
We don't actually have very much. We need to use candles to unlock more slots. So, this is a trophy slot. I could either have the pot and still, or I could throw on the wind chime. I am going to replace this.
Experimentation. Your academic instincts serve you well.
I hope so. And I'm going to repair this. Now, the reason you don't want to buy a bunch of items for your stagecoach is because your inventory is limited. So I'm already at 16 out of 20 on my items, which is... I'm pretty full. Now, I have a bunch of medicinal herbs, things that I might not need that I can drop, but I don't want to buy things just for the sake of it right now. All right, let's go to Mastery. We have 2 Mastery points.
is the greatest teacher of all.
Indeed. And what do we want to raise up? Well, I would like to raise up... We've got Blast and Battlefield Medicine, which is perfect for Paracelsus. I'm going to boost up Bolster, because if you boost up Bolster, you'll notice that it makes you reduce 2 stress on Barristan and the target if they're at 5 or more stress. So I definitely like that ability being raised, and now it's time for some damage. I feel like with Dismiss, I love Point Blank Shot, and I love boosting it, but Audrey, more often than not, will do another ability, whether it's Pick to the Face or Thrown Dagger. So do we want to boost up Flashing Daggers to do a little bit more damage to 2 targets? I think that this ability is very, very strong because it can target the back row, and if they aren't susceptible to Blight, you can hit them. So this makes me do more damage, doubles the crit chance, and that's pretty much it. Just doubles more damage, more crit chance. But crit is amazing, so there we go. And let's see. I'm going to then go back. I'm just going to push escape. I'm going to look at our people and just see what they have equipped. So let's go to combat items. So people don't actually have very good combat items. Like, this is... medicinal herbs are very, very meh. She's got a good one. He has nothing, and he has nothing. So we might want to spend money on that. Let's also look at our trinkets. We have... I do like this one. But is there anything else that we want? Make you faster. So this is going to boost damage for hit points. And remember how I just gave Dismiss the food? There's a possibility here that I want to do this. 50% more damage and a big blight resist for a third of his health. I'm going to try this. I could put it on Audrey as well, because she is less likely to take damage. Actually, let's put it on Audrey, because not only is Audrey less likely to take damage, but she has her Absinthe to heal herself. So let's just go ahead and boost her damage up. Oh, you have to have the stained item first, and then put the stained item like that, and then there we go. She's not good against cadavers, and she's not good against cosmic, but she also gets slow. Okay, well, she's got a lot of negative quirks. That's unfortunate, but they're not prohibitively bad. Okay, this is good. So let's go back to the Provisioner, and let's dig into some combat items. Now, combat items that are great would be bandages, burn salve, and anti-venom. Like, anything that heals and gets rid of an ailment is terrific. Laudanum is also good for stress. So which one do we want? I'm going to go bandages. I'm going to buy 2 stacks. And I'm also going to get... Laudanum does remove fear if somebody has that. That's pretty good. I might put this on Barristan, 15% health for a crit reduction. That's pretty good. Alright, I'll buy 2 laudanums. And I will buy this. And then we're going to go out, and for Barristan, I will equip this trinket to give him some more health. And then for combat items, I'm going to give him... let's see, some bandages and dismiss. I don't want him to have that. I'll give it to Paracelsus, just because dismiss I'm pretty much always going to be attacking with. This does remove all 3, so if they have multiple, you know, guess you can only stack it to 2. Okay. I'm happy with then our loadout. Well, the items that we have. We've used the in items. We've used the mastery points. Our wagon is good. So let's check everybody's goals. Does anybody have... let's see. He's done with his goal. He's done. He's done. She's done. All right, well, she's done is what I meant to say. So everybody's done with their goal. So it doesn't affect where we choose to go. So we can...
Every road a winding torment. every turn, bent on our destruction.
We can only go to the sprawl. But that's okay, because Audrey's good in the sprawl, and we get 3 candles. What does this mean? Okay, that's great, and then we get the candles if we visit a creature den. I don't like creature dens. I could show it to you just so you know what they are, but creature dens generally have 2 waves, so you have to fight 2 battles back to back, which can be really challenging, but the rewards are good. All right, we'll go for it.
Another nameless city. Another inferno of mutilation and madness.
Mutilation and madness. Rest and go. So we do get 50% healing and -3 stress. I can't remember if this is from arriving or when we rest here, but let's see what happens. If anybody does heal up. But then again, everybody is above 50%, so... Oh, here we go. Forming relationships. Okay, so... They became hopeful.
Aspiration unites the hopeful.
So when people have positive relationships or negative relationships, you have a chance, it's not guaranteed, to get one of these relationships. And what this means is, I'll see what all of these are. Respectful,
Tried and
that's
tested.
great, and hopeful.
To be counted on.
So let's check this out. And they're telling you forming relationships. What does this mean? Whenever on an inn, there's a chance that relationships will form. They can be positive or negative, and they're determined by their shared affinity. Now check this out. What this means for hopeful is, for example, if Dismas does point-blank shot, then Barristan will lose a stress. With respectful, if Audrey does flashing daggers, Barristan gets dodge. So hopeful reduces stress. Respectful usually does something like this, which just gives dodge. So every ability now that we're using for our people, if we do, it benefits somebody else. And you don't get to choose what these are, unfortunately, like which ability. So tracking shot, I pretty much never use this. Absinthe is rare to use. Hold the line sometimes, but crush, flashing daggers, and point blank shot I definitely use, and now we just get an extra benefit, which makes you so strong to do 2 for 1. So this is great. Let's go. All right. So
Behold, the great cities of man, ruined and aflame.
yeah, it's not going well for mankind here. Okay. So now we did map a pretty good amount of this, and what do we want to do? We've repaired our wagon. If we go here, there's a store. Gosh, but there's a battle. But we get a candle. I kind of feel like we go here, battle, candle. Here, hazard. Here, watchtower. And then we can go up here, battle, candle. And the watchtower will tell us like where things are. Assistance encounters are great right here because we have the boost currently from this map of extra assistance encounter. So we're going to go to the right. No, I'm sorry, the middle first, and then to the right. Okay, let's go. And go. Through the flames, right into a battle. Not a problem. Alright, so this is definitely a harder one. You know, we were getting only 2 before. And what does this mean? Ordainment. The closer you get to the mountain, the greater the chance that enemies you encounter will be ordained. Ordained enemies get extra power. Okay, and the exact ordainment is different depending on which confession. So we're doing the first confession, so these enemies have 50% stun resist. So that's not bad. In the first game, that would be terrible, but for the most part, stun has been made much more difficult to do. Alright, so our buddy Paracelsus is up in the front because of this Breacher ability. So let's help out Paracelsus and say, what do you want to do? Well, it's Audrey's turn. Audrey can't move forward, really. Now, the abilities that you have that are triggering with relationships, you'll see that they glow with this gold outline. So, for example, flashing daggers, and in the tooltip in the bottom left, you can see this will give Barristan some dodge. So let's do it. Do a little damage right there. I got chomped. Okay.
Let us take a closer look at the thing, as repulsive as it is.
Okay, so Ordained is actually different than what we looked at in the upper left. This says it gets 20% extra hit points. It's 2+ speed and 20% more damage. So that's on top of this, the fact that they're impervious enemies. But only this guy is Ordained. Alright, so what I'm going to do is hold the line to get Paracelsus out of the front, and I'm going to target the Ordained enemy because we want to try to take that down as fast as possible. And then I'm going to duelist advance right here. Alright. And how's your blight resist? It's actually pretty good, which is annoying. But because I have the 50% boost, I could just incision. And yeah, I mean, we'll kill you. Take that. Filthy morsel. We dodged it. And chomp. Get a retaliation. Ow. We got blighted, which is less than ideal. Alright. So we're still getting a boost to damage. So let's just try to, take down a target with the knife. And then duelist advance will not move me forward because Dismiss is immobile. Or I'm sorry, Barristan's immobile, but it will still allow me to just put on some more stacks of dodge and riposte. Oh, and then that can happen sometimes.
We can rely only upon each other.
So sometimes the relationships can just go off and do things outside of the fact that abilities trigger them. And that's phenomenal when that happens. Okay, let's see. So these are both hurt. I think if I flashing daggers, I can maybe kill this one. Yeah. All right, and now it's just us versus this one. No problem at all. And if I crush, Audrey will get dodge, but it doesn't matter. It's all over. All right, phenomenal.
Scavenge what you can, and be off once more.
Baubles and relics. No problem, though. You'll have that. All right, let's go ahead and keep going forward. We have one loathing, and we're on denial. That's our confession currently. And we're just going to try to hit as many of these piles as we can. Smack. Look, positive relationship right there.
His stifled smirking betrays a malign madness.
It does, but we're glad to see the guy. All right, so we can buy stuff, and look, we can buy playing cards, which I love. By the way, I think I should say, equipping those items from our inventory did increase our capacity. So even if you don't want to use an item, you can just put something like a trinket or a relic or a combat item on somebody just to free up space. Is there anything I want here? I always want playing cards. I love it. Okay. We could buy some Glimmers of Hope if we feel like our flame is running out, but I'm okay with it. Do I want any... I don't want any stagecoach stuff because I can only equip one currently, so let's see if he has any good trinkets to just like really jump off the page. This just gives you extra healing, you know, which is reasonable. It's another max health one at the expense of crit. I'm okay. Do I want to buy calming incense? It's very good at the inn. Yeah, I'll buy 2 stacks of that. Insufficient funds. I'm out of cash. My God, this guy took all my money. That's fine. Okay, and we want to go to the watchtower.
Their devices may be crude, but promise atrocity all the same.
I love scouting because I love having the information to make a better decision on where to path. And we just took some damage from a hazardous route, so let's check this out. Driving on a hazard will damage a point of armor, which you saw here. If we have no armor left, then you get into a very difficult battle where one of your people will be occupied each turn trying to repair the stagecoach. So you really are just fighting with one less party member, which is not good. So we're going to want to avoid that. We got the watchtower, and it says right here, it scouts every location. So now we just get here and watch this. Every single location on the map is now known. Every question mark is flipped over. So now, where do we want to go? We're here. If we go here, we get to a hero shrine, which is tremendous. We definitely want that. And we'll get this candle, go to the academic study, staying to the right. Then, where would we like to go? I don't want to get any of these hazards. So I could go over if I want the assistance encounter and a candle, and then go here to another assistance encounter. Oh, the hero shrine. Ooh, jeez. That's another hoarder. That's unfortunate. You could go to 0 armor, but you just don't... Yeah, look at that. You don't want to take another one, which we'd have to take, because there's no way out of it. So this is... Our planning is really just to get around these purples as much as possible to avoid them, even though the hoarder might not be great for us. So let's just plan accordingly to dodge purples so that we don't get that extra fight that I have found to be really difficult. Okay, we're going to ride up here. And you know, people are healing up. That's good, at least. Flame is fine. Oh boy. I'm not doing a good job.
Who will face the half-remembered horrors of their past?
So I'm going to go to the Shrine of Reflection, and I'm going to do Dismas. He's the one I like to go all the way through first. Chapter 2.
Laying low.
Let's lay low.
Harried by a pursuing garrison, he took refuge in the fetid canals of the city. Concealment took its toll, and soon he began to see himself in the furtive, scurrying pests that formed an unfortunate portion of his meager diet. Freedom, once so fondly imagined, had become a vortex of degradation.
That's not good. But we automatically get a mastery point and open vein. So you start to get new abilities, of course, and they tend to help you choose different builds with the characters. So this would be like, do you want to take Dismas more in a melee range and do bleeding attacks? This would be an ability you could go for if you wanted to do that. And you'll get also paths for your heroes, which can change them from just being wanderers to more specific instruments for choosing abilities and trinkets, etc. All right. And we're going to go forward. And which do we want? Let's go to the map. I'm just going to stop right at the point here. And if we go right, we will get locked into a path that we can't escape from. So we have to go to the resistance encounter. We will get an oblivion point, unfortunately. We will hit the wagon, but then from over here, we can bounce all the way back to the right. No, we can't do that. Ugh. Can we avoid... Yeah, okay, we have to go basically on this path to here, up to here, lose our second wagon wheel, hit this, stay left, and then lose our second armor, and then get in there. Now, you could do whatever you want. Like, I might be over-prioritizing protecting my wagon, but in my experience, those battles are just not fun. Now, you could maybe get something to repair your wagon.
The loathing festers.
But there we go. And here we are.
Pity a soul so twisted by despair.
The burning pile. Alright, so there's these fanatics. This is a resistance encounter. And these are local evil. These are battles with the monsters that are just particular to this region. Winning these is the primary way in which you gain mastery and earn treasures that will make the heroes more powerful and reduce loathing. It's not without risk, but if you avoid all of them, you'll find your party ill-prepared to tackle the boss at the mountain. So these are fights that are difficult, but it's kind of like taking elite battles in Slay the Spire. Like, if you do it, you will get a reward. So he wants to fight. Audrey doesn't. She wants to run and will lose 15 flame and stress everybody out. And Dismas wants to fight. So I'm going to do it with Barristan. Just because I think Barristan and Audrey are pretty good relationship-wise. Ooh, boy, they're not anymore. But that's all. You can't make them perfect every time. So the enemies are impervious. So still, the stun, but that's not the end of the world. Okay. What do we want to do here? Well, these enemies are difficult. We've got a pit fighter, a shaman, and an immolatist. So I want to take down these back row guys that are just annoying. Like, this guy might be a healer. This one, what do you do? We don't know. So we got to figure it out. Let's take down... Okay, we got a crit, and luckily we killed that thing in one shot, which is insane. Stressed out a little bit. Damaged a bit. Actually, that pushed her back, which is great. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead then and... let's just rampart Big Boy. And Duelist advance this one. Ow. Wow, still hitting the third row. That's annoying. Okay. And what I want to do is actually go ahead and Noxious Blast. Oh, I can't hit this one. What's your blight? Oh, it's terrible. Okay. Let's do this. We'll get a damage boost, and we'll put on a bunch of... Oh, even with... Oh, maybe his... Oh, boy. Maybe, let me look at this. The Ordainment gave him some extra blight resist. No, he just rolled really well. We're going to try it again. This guy gets to go twice, by the way, hence the 2 pips beneath his portrait there. Okay. And I'm going to Poison Dart Big Boy. Put more blight on. Alright, let's go ahead then and Duelist advance this guy. Alright, good. He's almost dead. He dies on his turn pretty much every time, so I'll just do this. Good, he's on death's door. And then the blight should take him over the edge. Oh, he still survived it. What a jerk. Okay, fine. Let's see then. Stop doing that. Stop surviving that. I'm going to throw my dagger at this guy. There you go. She's just critting left and right. That's doubling that crit chance on that ability was amazing. And then he dies. Okay, good. So we cleared that pretty easily. There was some annoying stuff, but we got it.
And blaze the trail to your redemption.
And we got relics and books. Is that it? I thought we were going to get mastery.
The loathing whispers.
We did reduce the loathing. Okay. So here we are. We're going to take some stagecoach damage. Let's try to get as many things as we can.
This is no place for decent folk.
No, it's not. Bam, there goes the damage to our wagon. And we're just going to try to hit as many of these book piles as we possibly can. See what we can get here. People are getting a little bit stressed.
Centuries
All
of
right.
human learning and achievement ruined by riotous contempt.
Well, you'll have that. All right, so we're at the Desperate Few, and we can help them out. Let's do this. Let's see what people want to do. Dismas wants... is he one to take? What does she want to do? And she wants to help. And she doesn't. So we're going to help, and let's just see what the options are. Ooh, this will repair our armor. This actually gives us a lot of better options. Yes, I like this one much better. We're going to repair the armor on the coach. So they fixed it for us. And we get 30 flame. So our flame is maxed.
The loathing festers.
And now we can actually go here to this hero shrine. Instead of wasting it on the hoarder, we will get a loathing, which isn't great, but it will give us a cache, another candle, a hospital. We'll lose our final armor here and then go into the boss. So I think that's the path that I'd like to take, because I really, really like hero shrines early in the game so that you can unlock abilities and make your people stronger. But if you wanted to go over here, you know, or even over this way to avoid that and do a different path, I totally understand that. The creature den we have to get if we want... Yeah, we'd have to go to the creature den if we want to complete the goal for this map to get the extra candles, so we might do that for sure. And we'll get into that next time. Everyone, this is a good place to end this episode of the Beginner's Guide. I hope you're still finding this to be helpful and fun, and I hope you're enjoying Darkest Dungeon 2. Please let me know in the comments below if you have any questions about the game. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.